Hello everyone, it's Connie, and I am live. It is 2 o'clock, so I'm just giving everybody a second to find me and a moment to get my comments turned on. Okay, all right. Oh my gosh, so today has been crazy. Today is Wednesday and it's 2 o'clock, and Stampin' Up came out this morning with a preview of all their online exclusives coming out in March, and oh my gosh, more great stuff. I just can't believe it. And it's stuff that won't be available till March, of course. So in the meantime, I am showing all the stuff I love today, right now, that's available. Hi, Christy. Hi, Heather. Hello, everyone. So today I'm scrapbooking, and I have a project in mind using Nature Walk, but yeah, Heather's a demonstrator also, so she saw the preview. It's like, there's so much. They're finally clicking in on things I really like, so I don't have to bash anymore. Not that I ever really bashed Stampin' Up, but it just wasn't my cup of tea, everything they do. And what I love is they do have something for everyone now. They have card making stuff, scrapbooking stuff, a variety of things. They're not all just florals anymore. There's lots of cool things. I love it. I know, Christy, it's so good. So this mini catalog that's live right now is amazing. It has a lot of stuff in it. And I bought all the scrapbooking workshops. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I like the selections. I'm happy. It's hard to make me happy. I'm so picky. You guys know this about me. I'm prolific in what I make. I make a lot of craft stuff, but I'm picky about what I buy. I don't like to just buy for the sake of buying. I'm not the person you go to see all of the new stuff, right? Just the cool stuff. Anyway, so today I want to start by showing you Love Story. This is the scrapbooking workshop Love Story. I did not put it together on camera because it feels I'm not sure. I haven't heard from you. I should put a poll out to see if people like seeing me do the cutting and the piecing of the pages, because sometimes, you have all of that cutting in here in the instructions. Some people can follow these without a hitch, and some people really struggle to follow these types of instructions, and they really prefer to see someone do it on camera and even do it along with a video. It's one of the biggest things that I have heard from customers myself, is that they really miss seeing the close to my heart videos on the scrapbooking workshops. And I don't know if that was because, they did a lot of giveaways and they did a lot of fun things with it, but is it because it was fun to work along with somebody? I don't know. I'm going to think about doing a poll for that for you guys. But anyway, so I put this together and I want to show you the pages. Here is layout number 1, which I have not put any photos on yet. And I need to zoom out a little bit. I don't know what I just did, but that was not zooming out. Okay, so this way you get to see both pages together. And this is something, I miss the prizes too. Every one of my customers have won. Every single person who participated in those, got their names drawn at one point or another. This kit is amazing, and you might think I don't have a sweetheart. I don't have lovey-dovey pictures. I do not want to do Valentine layouts. Well, I'm going to show you what I use them with. I use them with everything. Now, one of my tricks, like for this one where it's a naked layout, I don't have the photo mats attached. I have them cut underneath here. And also, if you have a sticker that's going to be on top of, possibly on top of a photo, I just cut some of the sticker sheet apart and tuck it under there, just so when I'm ready to stick it down, I can pull that out and stick it down. It's a great tip, not my tip. Now this is just straight up the way the layout shows, and you could easily splatter ink, add things to the bottom, stamps, borders, whatever you wanted to do. I just made them the way they show. Now this is the next layout, and I feel obligated to explain my photos just a little bit. This is a photo of my husband and I, and every year I try to surprise him with food for Christmas, like something really different and unique. And this was on Oprah's Favorite Things, these pretzels from the pretzel company. And I was like, perfect. I have gotten him so many things, and I just love to get him something like this. And so when we got it, it was after Christmas, because Oprah's Favorite Things, they were so busy that they were just running late, and they told me when I ordered, they're like, it probably won't arrive before Christmas. So this was actually something we did like on the 2nd of January. We just kind of made pretzels one day, and we had so much fun, you guys. That was so fun. And the story behind it is that, you know, we both love doing stuff like this, and I love doing that for him. So that has nothing to do with Valentine's Day whatsoever, right? But this is, in my opinion, the biggest Valentine of all. I mean, look at that heart. It's a die cut. It's a punch out that comes with that kit. It's amazing. Okay, now the third one is this one right here. And again, nothing to do with Valentine's whatsoever. This one said, like, my sweet little one, and they were using it for baby pictures. I trimmed off the other word that was here, my sweet. I just said sweet little one. Whenever we talk about our new little tuxedo cat Bunny, we always, every time we describe her, it's, oh, she's so sweet. She's so sweet. She's just the sweetest thing. She's cuddly and snuggly and wonderful. And she's a new addition to our house within the last few months, and she's finally starting to come into her own. Just in case you want to see that photo, I'm trying to take the glare off of it. She's on her cat tower and playing with her toys and laying in the sunshine, and look at her in her little bed. You guys, she's so adorable. Oh my gosh, she's adorable. And anyway, yeah, pets. Sweet little one. You wouldn't even have to, this sweet and this little one are two separate stickers, are two separate things. You could just eliminate this little one and just put sweet, and it could be you and your grandkids, or you and your kids, or you eating strawberries. I don't care what it is, something that you love, or someone you love, something that you love, a hobby, people getting together, and it just says sweet. That's me right there. I love it. So afterwards, these are those photo mats that I did not put on that one layout, but I just want to show you how much I have left over. This is crazy. I have all of these stickers, which is actually quite a lot. I was surprised how many stickers I have left, because I didn't expect to. And I did not buy this paper pack specifically because, oh my gosh, you're getting a puppy. Christy, I want pictures. Please share your layouts and your photos. Please, please. I have all of this left over from the kit. This is not a lie. And I even cut some of it up to kind of tweak a little bit of on my own. And look, it's like, it's crazy. This is 2 full sheets of paper, and they are 2-sided. So I have gobs of paper left. I don't think you would need to buy the paper pack with it unless you really have another very large project to do. This is certainly enough to make lots of Valentines and lots of layouts, because all the patterns can be a little busy, and so you really do need the cardstock. I would buy the cardstock. If I was gonna buy the workshop, I might buy the cardstock extra, right? Ooh, yes, yes. Look how much is left. This is an exclusive to the kit. See, it's white on the back, and look how much of it is left. It's like, I think we only used like 3 inches off of it or something. And this is an exclusive to the kit, this little tiny heart. And there's a lot of it left too. So there you go. Woo! That's a good one. Anyway, so my organization project this week has been going through all of my idea sheets from forever. And I just pulled, these are the workshop kits from Stampin' Up since I started Stampin' Up. And I'm like, will I use them again? Is it worth keeping them? What am I going to do? Will I use these again? And then I thought, well, why not? Why am I not using them again, right? Golden retrievers. Oh, Christy, love, love. You know, I'm a golden freak. I'm not a hair freak, so I got a golden doodle. But they still have some hair. Moose sheds a little more than Murphy ever did. But yeah, I've had 2 golden doodles, and that golden retriever, those are amazing dogs. Just saying. Something about the poodle makes them like crazy smart. I don't know, but they're both great dogs. Anyway, so back to the thing. Focus. It's so hard to focus. Anyway, so I was kind of looking through these thinking I want to use Nature Walk. Nature Walk is the paper pack that everyone is going bananas over, that has these amazing papers. I think I showed you when I did like my unboxing, and I'm jazzed. I am pumped by this. What I don't want, I bought the scrapbooking workshop and a paper pack. And what I don't want to happen is for me to store these for a long time. I want to use them while I'm in love with them so that I can move on to the next thing I'm in love with. I don't want to find these in my stash next year going, why didn't I ever use these? These are so cool. I want to use them up. And so what I did, and I don't know, you can go back to the time when I unboxed my new stuff to see everything. But some of the patterns are not my taste. The only one that's not my taste is this one. And it still would have a good place for certain things, but I will not use it, that one. Other than that, every single pattern in here, I wish I could buy bulk of this one. I absolutely love it with a script, and I love the back. They're both the best neutral in here. What I found with this is these patterns don't all play well together. You have to have cardstock. You have to have cardstock to coordinate with this. All right, so with that in mind, what I did was I grabbed the mix-ins. Now the mix-in pack is a new thing for Stampin' Up. It's called Mixed Up Patterns. And what they did was they created a pack of papers that coordinate with all the current paper packs, right? So you have this blue, this yellow that goes with the boardwalk, this green that goes with nature walk, and I think it goes with another one, a floral one too. I love this one because it looks like tire tracks, and I'll use that on racetrack pictures. The back of that is this pink. See, I'm hoarding it. But you can see in here, there's a variety of papers, but they're all, look at that. These pinks go perfect with that Valentine style paper pack. So if you just need a little more variety, just a little more solid, another pattern to go with it, the mixed up pack is a good one. And so I did pull from that, and my goal, I told you, use it up. And if I do store something, I'm going to sort it to the paper it coordinates with so that I'll use it up with it. Okay, so I started thinking about let's recreate one of these using Nature Walk. Now, this one is awesome because, you know, you have the big flags and then a thing across the border. The only issue with this one is there are some die cut overlays on here that were part of the scrapbooking kit that you would not get. Again, you would have to recreate that if you wanted that exact look. But if you look at the base of it, that would be a really good one to do. This Everyday You and Me is perfect. Again, this has a giant die cut right here, but you could easily recreate these layouts using a different paper pack. This one you could recreate no problemo. The Celebrate Together you could recreate without any trouble. So you can go through your older workshop instructions and use the cutting guides to recreate a paper pack or the layouts using a different paper pack. Okay, so that's my plan today. So the Keeping Traditions is the one I chose, and I went ahead and did 2, and the third one we're going to do together. So what I did was I kind of looked at the pattern that's on here, and I was like, okay, we have a light page, a dark page, we have a square in the middle that's a pattern, this whole page is a pattern, and the center is a cardstock. So I kind of looked at that, and again, with this particular paper pack, it was hard to make all the patterns work super well together. So I kind of tweaked it on my own, and I made the base cardstock in espresso, which is the brown, and I used the dark side, not the light side. And I felt like with all the dark colors, I needed a pop of something bright. And so I added Timid Tiger Orange to this because I really feel like it won't show very much. By the time you get your photos on here, it'll just be like this little pop around the photos. And it's just enough that I think it makes the layout sing a little bit, you know, if that makes sense. So the other thing I did was I grabbed my stamp sets and I just kind of played like nature is my happy place. Well, I did some stamp surgery on my stamp, and nature is not my happy place, but I might use that later. But I cut that apart so that my happy place is just on its own. And I love this. The Road Less Traveled was a sticker from the sticker sheet. And Best Day Ever is also from this set. And then I use stickers from the sticker sheet. So these are stickers, sticker, stamp, sticker. So you can kind of see what I did here. I used that. Now, you might have looked at that green right here and thought, wow, I would never use that in a million years. It is so bold. It's too much, whatever. And I kind of was thinking that about a couple of these patterns, like, wow, right? But when you use them, this is the print I used. And it's not my favorite, not at all. But I knew a lot of it would be covered, and just that little bit showing, I think it looks really good. So what would I use this layout for? Anything outdoors, because the colors are outdoor, right? And take the road less traveled, whatever. Sometimes what Steve and I do is we travel around and we go to the restaurants that are on that drive-in, dives. What is the name of that? Diners, drive-ins, and dives. We go to a lot of those restaurants and places, and this would be perfect for that, to show one of those places, the different food we ordered, tell the story, and that would be fun. This is also perfect for hanging out at home, because most people are going all the time and making plans and making trips, and we're not those people. We tend to hibernate at home, and I could totally see this full of photos of us hanging out. Yeah, so there's that one. Okay, now this is the third one, and this gray paper outline here was actually one of the exclusive prints, but it's really basic. So there's a center with a border, right? And then there's a strip here, a little strip there, and one across here. And this is pretty empty, so you could fill that in with another photo, you could fill it in with decorations, but you could recreate that just if you recut the pieces just the way it shows. You can do your own thing. So here's my own thing using the paper. Now, this paper right here that looks, it's kind of a wood grain, but it's actually, it doesn't look like wood grain on here. To me, it almost more looks like paint. I don't know, but this is from the mix-in pack, and I can't remember what the back looks like. It's hot pink zigzag stripes. I knew I would not use that, so this is perfect. And I use Secret Sea cardstock, and then I absolutely love this print from the kit. This one right here in the background with the like the teal color, this right here. I wish I could get that in bulk too, but I really love this. And this one is more travel themed in my opinion. So I have the Stay Wild and Free, which I just stamped and fussy cut, and I got a little hickey on there. And when I was trying to fix the hickey, I think I messed up my stamp. But it'll still work fine. It's just a pain. I used my hexagon dies, stickers from the sticker sheet, some of the stamps. This stamp is from the gears, which we're going to use in a little bit. I wanted to add a little texture, so I have a few of those little dots. I did the same thing here. Not lost, just exploring. Unstoppable. Enjoy this beautiful day. Now, I know this is more travel-ish themed, but I can tell you right now that I have racetrack pictures to put on here. The only issue I have with using this like a racetrack, yes, Heather, I have racetrack pictures for here. The only problem I have is this is vertical, and so many of those photos are horizontal, because they're cars, you know. So I have a picture of Steve with one of his students, and I think that will be like perfect right there. So enjoy the ride, beautiful day. I just thought, there we go. There's that one. So number 3, I don't know why I saved this one for last. I think I just ran out of time and I thought, okay, we'll do that one on camera. But this one is basically, there is a back with a 11 by 11 sized center. There's a strip down the left side with a tiny strip there if you want to use it. There is on the right side, that same pattern that's here is here. So that was kind of an interesting. Now these little stripes that are behind the photos right there were part of the workshop kit, and they were like die cut punch outs. And I don't need the little ruffles there anyway, but if I wanted to recreate that, it'd be fairly easy to do with stripes or stamps, or, you know, think about what you have in your stash that you would want that would go across your paper that way. It's kind of an interesting idea. Now, keep in mind, this is a Christmas layout, so there's Christmas titles and Christmas colors, and I'm changing it up. So today, here is kind of my mock-up. I cut all the pieces because that's how this works, right? So let me just start by telling you, I went ahead and cut my photo mats with black, and I decided to use, if you look at the photo, this is that right hand page right here, right there. I used a solid gray, and this is crushed curry. And then I use that crazy looking green. And I want to use this for racetrack photos. And I kind of feel like this almost looks like dust or smoke or something. And it works. It works. Like if you had somebody who was into four-wheeling, or I don't know, I just think this kind of thing, it works. And so this is what my layout is gonna look like this. And you can see it's going to create that 12 by 12 black border with an 11 by 11 inner border. And that's the basic page that they created. And then they added, layout, photos like this, with stickers and decorations all around, right? So let me get this adhered down so I can show you look at the back. See, the back would look okay with that too. I just I wanted to use that crazy green. I'm challenging myself to use it because it's weird. It's a weird, I understand why, like when they talk to the artists and stuff, like they created it in such a cool way and all this stuff. I understand, I do. On the other hand, it's a weird print for a scrapbook, so it works perfectly though for what I'm using it for. Now this piece, I'm gonna do a little stamping on it. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put it on my layout though. Whenever you put things on your layout and then stamp, sometimes, you run that risk of whoops, right? But I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, so there's the right-hand page. And I'm probably going to move this photo, instead of vertical like they have it, I'm probably going to make it like this, because car pictures, like I said, All right, so here's my options. I pulled Exploring Nature, which I used on the other two layouts, so I don't think I'm going to use that. I thought about using my Happy Place on there somewhere. This Greenery, I pulled the Greenery. This is the one that cuts the washi tape, but I really like the Greenery, and I used that on the second layout, and I just wanted to make sure you saw that. There are dots that coordinate in color with different prints in this paper pack. And this orange, I can't believe it. I'm on my second pack of these dots because I love the orange so much. I use the orange and the pink. But I think these little cloud cover pieces would look really nice on this gray. And for some reason, using that color on here kind of pulls out that green too. So these are the Moody palette dots, and these are the newer dots. And look at that green, and it has the Secret Sea and white. I think these are the win for this one. We'll see though. I'm going to set those aside. So today I wanted to use the Gears and Textures. So Gears and Textures has a really great stamp set, and I'm pretty happy with the stamps alone, but the dies are killer great. They have all these different gears. Now, one of the things about this is you can layer them up. So if you really cut them out of a bunch of different colors and just start layering things, you can end up with kind of a cool effect, just having lots of layers. But I kind of want to use them loose in my layout. And I got out my crushed curry ink as a reminder to me, because I kind of wanted to stamp that something on that yellow, like a tone on tone. There are some textures in this set which are really nice. This one, which is a splatter, there's stripes. The stripes would have been nice, but I just didn't want to take the time. And these are really great. So there are some options here. I really like this little gear right here, and I think that one would be really good to stamp across. I could stamp it in black or in tone on tone. I'm not sure which would look better, but I'm just gonna get out a little block. What I kind of like about this is if you look at it, it kind of looks a little bit like a steering wheel or something. I don't know. The OCD in me wants me to use it like a steering wheel, but I like this idea. And we could do it in the yellow, like the tone on tone, or we could do it in black. And I think I'm gonna do it in black. So I'm gonna get out my black ink here, and I'm gonna use it kind of like I would an embellishment, like, groups of 3, not all the way across, approximately the same distance apart. I really like it. I think I might put one over here too. All right, so there's that. I really like how that looks. Cool, right? Now the gears, I'm thinking about like just making them kind of bounce over the page a little bit. And I have different colors. I have softer grays, I have silver. Hi Denise. Yeah, this gear set is pretty amazing. So you can pretty much do anything you want here. And there's even a little thing that you can make like screws and screw heads. I used like a metallic silver and then the little screw head piece. And if you keep the tiny pieces like I did, oh my gosh, they're hard. They're hard to hang on to because they're so small. But if you keep the little tiny pieces, you could even just put those on the top. But, you know, how crazy are you? I don't know. I do a lot of stuff like that, so I can't really criticize. But I do like how that looks. It almost looks like an embellishment, you know, like if you were going to put dots on the page, or you could put it on the inside of your wheel, of your gear. So anyway, I really like how that looks. Now, to make this even better, there is a die in here. Tell me what that looks like. I am torn on this one because I think this makes amazing looking washi tape. Like you could put it on your photos like this, and it would look like washi tape on your pictures. And how amazing is that? On the other hand, being a racetrack, I thought, what if I wonder if these could be pieced together like this, and they would be, you know, like tire tracks. You know, like I think I can get those glued together in a way that they will look really cool, like skid marks. Not the bad kind of skid marks, like real wheels. But I think that's kind of a cool idea too. What do you think? Oh, tread, it could be netting. Yeah, see, I really think it looks fabulous just like that. And just imagine that on your pictures. I might use it this way because I really like how that looks. Okay, so getting out my things here, my extras. I really like this. I should show you this one. I really like this dot. It looks like dust. It looks like dirt. It's just going to add some background. Any of this swirl might look really cool over here. So I just want to do a little bit of that and add it to the layout because you never know. Okay. Oh, who was it? Heather, were you asking me the difference between Gina K blocks and regular blocks? Okay. So here is my old Close to My Heart block, and you can see it's curved so it's curved on the top so your fingers don't, you know, get dug into, and it's flat on one side. And what I really like is Close to My Heart blocks have this little line on them. It's etched. Boy, you can't see that on camera. It's an etched line so that you can, oh, there you can see it, so that you can get things straight. You can line things up and use it. And then I won something from Gina K, and this was one of the blocks that came, and it's curvy all over. It has a straight side, like I just put things on the curvy side. One of the sides has a grid. And I only own one Stampin' Up block, and I don't know where it is at this moment. But if any of you have a Stampin' Up block, you should take a picture of it and put it in the chat or in the comments so that people can see the difference. All right. I'm pushing. I'm giving that a moment. I'm not just because when you do that, you know, you lose some of your ink transfer. All right, I really like that one. Let's see. And then I think I want some of these little guys. Put that on a block. I think, let me grab my dark gray. Oh, the dark gray in Stampin' Up is it slate? I need to look at my grays. I don't have it, so that's my problem right now, but this is the gray from Close to My Heart that I have in my stash. I really like adding arrows because when you put your photo in, it's, you know, it like draws your eye, right? I like that. Okay, yeah, so I think it's time to add some pieces and gears to the thing. Let me get out my glue. And we're gonna start with this. Now, this one feels very, like, I don't know, plain Jane or something. And so I need to do something to it. I thought about taking the green and highlighting it in green, but I think instead I'm gonna do a little bit of black. I think that'll make it pop a little more. And I'm just dabbing it into the black ink and adding some shadow, some shade. And by adding it kind of to the center, I think it helps because I have a before and an after, so you can decide what you think. I have this one for the other page. See? Before and after. I like the shady one better. So, yeah, let's add that. And I'm going to have this one coming out of the photo. And this black. And I think the yellow one I want popped just a little bit. And so I'm just going to add like a dimensional to the center of the back. So it's going to be raised off the page, but it's not going to be adhered everywhere. So one of the releases, I'm not really supposed to talk about it, but one of the releases is this really cool silver paper that I like. Oh, it's perfect. I wish I had it now. It's too perfect. All right, so I can't wait. But I love the silver foil, and that is something that I use a lot of. As a matter of fact, the silver foil, I'm already on my like third pack of that. I don't know. I'm not as much of a gold person as a silver person. I guess it kind of depends on what I'm working on. So many of the Stampin' Up papers have gold foil that I have been using it. Sorry, I'm using that like a weight, so it'll hold that down for me. Da, 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 da. All right. Anyway, so I'm liking this page. What do you think? It's really good. Now, the other thing that I pulled for this page was some of the stickers. And I think one of the stickers is this border right here. And even though it's very outdoorsy, it's not exactly my taste, but it really goes great with this paper right here. And it's not a perfect match, but it looks pretty good. And it goes with the racetrack that Steve is getting ready to go to. Oh my gosh. They're all all the guys are getting ready to get together and go. They're all talking racetrack right now. So there's a lot of discussion. I love this no boundaries. And there's a geotag, the word explore. And what's cool in this sticker sheet, now I cut my sticker sheet apart into pieces, so I don't have a full one. I guess I could get one out of the scrapbook workshop. But what I really love is there's a whole bunch of these little tiny circles, and they fit in the geotags, which is really fun. It's a fun thing. So, I don't know. I just think this is kind of a cool idea. And trying to make it not look so out there on its own, you know. I think I'm going to put it here. And I think I'm going to pop up the geotag with a little foam. It's a sticker, but I don't care. And I love the let's go, which I'm going to put right there in the center, right there. It's just so fun. And I love this no boundaries. And it's like, do I want it to pop up? Do I want it right here? Right here, it kind of starts to connect these pieces, which is kind of nice. I have other things I could add to this. One of the things in here is like there's several like borders, and I cut one just to show you. So it's like a chain, or like if you were a cyclist, it looks like a bike chain to me, but you can layer it onto, there's an actual layering piece for this too, which makes it really neat looking. And I don't know, I think it might work on this layout somewhere. Not sure where yet. I need one more gear piece that's not the same size as all the others, which means I'm going to have to go to my stamp set, I think. Let me grab. See, I could do another one of these. Oh yeah, that works. Let's do it. And I think I might do it in that gray. I know there's black in here. I don't, whatever. Okay. Okay, and then I need my I like foam tape, but if I have to use squares, I'll use squares. So, all right. Let's make this happen. It's boring watching somebody adhere things to a page. But there I am. No boundaries. And I like it right there. Okay, so there's my right-hand page. Now, the only thing I haven't added are any kind of dots. Now, you know I love my dots, so I will be adding some. But I like how, can you see that this is the same page as this right here? Right there. I should just show you the big one, but hold on a minute. Oh, all my pages are stuck together. Why? My hands not working. I know you're like, we see it, Connie. Enough already. Okay, so there's This is the page I'm working on. Right here. Nope. Never mind. Like, oh my God. What's wrong with me? They're out of order. I think that's what my problem is, because I was messing around with cutting the page. Here we go. This is the page I'm working on right there. All I did was move my photo landscape instead of portrait. Cool, right? Okay, so there's one. Let's do the other side. And it won't take very long. Promises, promises. Okay, so on this one, my stickers that I pulled were taking the scenic route, no limits, and for the record. Now, you can see that this is intended to be a, you know, like nature-inspired layout, right? I'm looking for the photo. My gosh, you guys. I'm losing my mind. There we go. This is what I'm working on. So there's a border, a strip here, and one going across. And so let's do that. I really love this print. I'm not as big of a pretty peacock kind of person. It's not exactly my style. But there's enough other prints in this pack. Thank you, Heather. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. I don't know. Okay, so there's my overall, and then here I am with my yellow stripe again, and I'm trying to decide. It's not, I don't think it's wide enough for more, it's just wide enough for the gears. I think I do need to do some of that though, but I need to show you this part first before I do that. So this one I didn't trim. I need to trim it an inch off, and I'm just gonna eyeball that. Is that crazy? It's probably gonna be crazy. Let's see how close I am. Oh, looky, it's fine. It's fine. It's not perfect, but it's pretty close. And then this is the crazy piece that I chose. Look how weird it looks, right? But it's kind of perfect for race car layouts. And this kind of goes towards the top, right? And by putting it towards the top, it's going to allow me some space to repeat those gears on this page, which is good because it needs that repetition. All right, ready? Now, to make this more interesting, I could black edge it with my ink. I could do a number of things to this paper. I could tear it. I could tear it at the bottom, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna put it on there. And then I have 3 photo mats, and you can see what I'm doing here. I'm kind of covering up a lot of the busyness of this pattern, and I really do like how this shows, and it looks kind of darker. It doesn't look the same as it does as a full sheet. Like, the full sheets are a lot. So I'm going to put some adhesive on here. Now, I'm not kidding when I tell you I really don't have a plan for this. I'm going to start in the center. I normally would get out my ruler and make sure it was centered, but here I am messing around, just pretending like I know how to center things perfectly. It won't be, but that's okay. It'll be fine. I'm not worried. See? I got it over to the left a little bit. But who cares? I have a little more space here than here, but it all looks good. It's all good. So here's my basic layout. Let's start like I did on the last one. Let's do some of these steering wheel gears. I think, whew, it's tight. I was going to do 2, but I don't think I want to do that. I'm going to do them down here though. I like how that looks. Okay. And then I have my taking the scenic route. And for the record, because I kind of pulled that because I thought it kind of looks, what they did on their page, if you were really going to recreate this, they made this side right here into a journaling block, which is a great idea. So the for the record could go there. That's perfect. They also have all these little words, which I think I have some stamps that will work perfectly, like my happy place or something like that. That will work. And then they put their title right down here with an embellishment. They also have a little tab. So I like the for the record here, and I feel like it needs a little something before it needs a little something before I put that down. And so I think I'm going to use the yellow if I can open it. And what do I want to do? I'm going to put that there for a sec. I've got ink opened everywhere, so I'm closing inks, you guys. So one of the things in this little kit are the little screws and nuts and bolts kind of thing. And I think it'd be cool to put one in each corner in the gray. I might do that. If I do that first, or think about it, which one should I do? It helps if I have a plan before I start. What I'm doing right now is basically creating a journaling block. So I want whatever I put on here, I want it to be light enough that you're going to be able to read through it. So I'm going to grab a little piece of scrap paper. I'm going to do this splotch. If I stamp off and stamp again, do you see how it changes it to something really light? So I'm going to stamp that off. I'm going to make a splotch. I think I could use some splotches around here. That's kind of a cool thing. I kind of like that stamp. I don't know, but it's kind of neat looking. All right, so there's that. And then I kind of want a little something. Today is so cold. How are you guys doing with that? With all that crazy cold? See, that's a little bold. Let me see what it looks like second. Oh yeah, that's better. All right, so I'm gonna stamp off. Try again. Stamp off. I'm gonna do a little like that. And I don't know how this will look on gray. I might regret this. But, oh gosh, it just makes it look dirty. It's great. It's great. It's perfect. I want to do that on the other page too. Look at that. It just adds a little bit of grunge. I love it. That's so weird, but I love how it looks. Okay, stop now, Connie. Okay, yes, so here's my thing. I think a lot of you know I had my thyroid out because they found cancer in my thyroid, and so they removed it. I'm fine. But ever since then, even though I'm on thyroid replacements, I am cold. For like the first time in my whole life, I am cold. I am the person who did not own a winter coat. I only owned one sweatshirt, and I never wore it because I was always so hot and sweaty. And then in the winter, I would be like, I'm not kidding, wearing like capris and sandals, and it would have to be insane for me to. I might use that with my gears. I might use this one up here. I like that. Instead, you know, where they have the tab over the photo. I love that. Anyway, so after I had my surgery, I had to go out and buy sweatshirts. I didn't own any. So I've been buying sweatshirts and buying long sleeve shirts. I don't own any long sleeve shirts. I only own one. And so my husband gave me one of his from the racetrack. Look, it's neon orange, and it says Pumpkin Run on the front. It has a big Porsche on the front, and it says Pumpkin Run. He bought it for me this fall at the racetrack because I was starting to get cold already. And he's like, oh, I can set you up. And I'm like, oh boy. Okay. All right, so I have 2 more of these little washi pieces, which I think I want to put them on the photos. So let me lift that just a little. I mean, I'm saying it's a washi piece. Doesn't it look like car tread? Or, I mean, really, it's really good. It's gonna be great. But I'm using it like washi on a photo, right? It's a little different. Anyway, so now I own 2 long sleeve shirts. Go figure. And a friend of mine gave me one that has the Grinch on the front, and it's so Christmassy. Like, I guess I'm wearing Pumpkin Run now because I'm wearing it under a sweatshirt, but it's just a little weird to have the Christmas one. I don't know. I'm gonna kind of do a similar thing over here as what I did over there, and see if I can make this look good. It's hard to go wrong. They're all just textures, right? I mean, it's not like they're like set to be a certain way or anything. So, but I do want to grunge up I gotta get out my black. Isn't this Dauber great? I don't know where I got that. I think I got it in a kit of some kind at one point, and it's a mini dauber holder. Those finger daubers are fabulous for stuff like this. I just grabbed this one because I have one that I always use for black, and I knew that I was going to be using it for black. All right, let's see. What do I have, y'all? What should I use? I don't know. Decisions. I do like the metallic. I like the gray, light gray an awful lot. The metallic is fun. I have black, I have green. See, the gray, it needs to be I don't know. I'm thinking about something up there. I don't know what. All right. My fingernails are not working. There we go. I like that. I like that a lot. And it has, I feel like I need room for a title, which means I would have to have something right here as the title. So I'm okay with that. I don't think any stamping would show up on this black over here. The other thing that's kind of neat is there's inner pieces that you could put, you know, inside or just, you can do a lot of stuff with this. It's kind of neat. There's a lot of really neat. You could stamp that gear inside of there. That would be neat. That might work. Torn on the yellow. The yellow is so bold, and there's already enough bold. The chain thing is kind of neat. I thought about putting it under the title. Like if I put the title there, that's thought. It's thought. But you can see it's got kind of a neat look. All right, y'all. I don't know. I'm messing around too much. I just need to crank it out and get her done. And this one, I'm going to bring that in. That's what I did on the other page. So I could make it go this way. But then the journaling is here. I don't know. I like how it ties together. So. You have a Grinch sweatshirt. Sorry if I'm cranky. I'm in my terrible 60s, and he's holding a coffee cup. That's cute. Steve's a good guy. He's like, I can tell you, he finished his work early today because right now my dad's wife is visiting her kids, and so he's by himself, which really bothers me. I don't like it when there's nobody to check in on him. Think about like all the potential that could happen, right? If somebody's home by themselves and they fall or something happens and there's nobody to call for help. And if you're not right next to your phone, which my father never carries his phone, you know, it's just potentially dangerous, right? So I'm currently going to my dad's every day, which drives him a little, it doesn't bother him, like he likes it when I visit, but he feels like he's being watched, which he is. But so Steve and Jen and I take turns thinking of reasons to go over there, and the weather has been perfect. The weather has been snowy and nasty and rainy and icy. It gives me a perfect reason to go over there and work on his driveway, and then I just go in, we have some coffee, talk for a while, and it doesn't feel like, you know, to him, like I'm checking up on him. So that's kind of nice. And then, you know, Jen has been off this week. She's on vacation. She had so much vacation built up that her job told her that she really should take vacation. And so she's just on a random time off right now, which is, it's nice, you know, that people, they really don't have a limit in how much you can accumulate there at Trevor Project. But it's more that they worry about your mental health, you know, when you're not taking any downtime. So she's on her downtime this week, and so she's been helping me like check in on my dad, which is really great. And my dad likes it too, because he doesn't get to see her very often, since she's basically lives like vampires. She's on the night shift. She's never awake during the day. She just popped over here a minute ago, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's daylight. That's so weird. So, right? Anyway, an alarm necklace. There is no way my father would wear one. It's just not happening. He is like, my dad is 84, and he's super independent. We're all very stubborn in this family, but he's super independent, and he's always just made do and done his own thing. And he's the one who takes care of everybody else all the time. And so I told him he's having some trouble walking a little bit, and he has neuropathy in his feet. And so I'm like, Dad, it's just, if you fell, something happened. And he goes, yeah, I know. And I'm like, well, if you would carry your phone. Anyway, so it freaked me out when he called me last night. It was really late. It was like 9 o'clock, which is like 2 hours after his bedtime. 'Cause he's one of those, 5 a.m. risers. And I like this. This is great, you guys. I love it so much. Look at this. It's hard to believe that started as a Christmas layout. That's wild. It just doesn't seem right. I think I need some arrows on this page too. I like to stamp in my scrapbooks, you guys. So, yeah, 5 a.m. You guys are crazy. Okay, so when I worked, my entire life, I thought I was an early morning person because my dad would never let me sleep in. Oh my gosh, no. If I was up early, if I wasn't up early, there was something wrong. So I spent all of my younger life, which color should I use? I like the black. I kind of like the white. The white pops. I think I'll use white. Anyway, gosh, I can't get those off. Now that I'm not working, my job has always been, daytime. Does that take too much away from the grunge too much? Yeah, I'm gonna need the black. So I always got up at 4:30 or 5. Got to work by 6:30. Clocked in early. I mean, seriously, you think about Like, how crazy that is. That's so early. But that's just how my whole life has been. So it's really weird for me to sleep in now. Heather, you messaged me. I think it was Heather messaged me this morning about the new stamp preview. And I think I was still laying in bed. I gotta be honest. I can lay in bed till about 8:30 or 9, and then I'm like, whoa, I gotta get up. I can't hang in bed all day. I'm not one of those people, but my husband is. He could sleep until noon. He'd be fine. He'd rather be up late. I like how you call yourself a night walker, Margie. That's funny. All right. I think I'm done. Yeah, are y'all thinking I'm done? I really like this a lot. It leaves me room for a title. I can do something else down here if I want. I could even put more gears to make it look like it's, coming down a little bit. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that or not, but it is kind of an interesting. Oh yeah, that doesn't look too bad, does it? All right, I'm gonna glue that in place. Okay, so the idea is I want you to tell me how you're organizing all of your past idea pages, because right now I just have mine in like a bin, and it's fine. I mean, I was able to sort through them just fine, but is that the best way to store them? I don't know. How are you guys doing it? Because I feel like if I put things in a binder, I've learned I never open the binder ever again. And that's not good. So, okay. So there is one layout. That's my Christmas layout. That's this page. And I don't know. Again, they're all out of order now. I've really screwed that up. Okay. This layout is this one right here. And I think that turned out pretty good. And it's going to be a fun page to put pictures on. And again, then I have this one. I thought this one would be fun. Since I added blue, it could be used with water. It could be used with summer photos. This could even be like concerts, Margie. Right? Scan into Google. Well, one of the things that I have done for many years, when I find something I want to keep on paper, like a recipe out of a magazine, instead of storing the magazine, I have that app, that My Stuff 2 app, and I really love it so much, and it has the ability where you can take photos of all the ideas and you can organize them however you want to. You create your own categories, so you could do, Stampin' Up workshop layouts as one of your categories and put all of them under there, or you could put them, class layouts or sketches or whatever, and then you can go into that app and just scroll through. And I'm considering doing that because I'm not good at keeping all the paper necessarily. I'm not good at going back and looking at the paper. I'm a little worried that it'll be out of sight, out of mind though. Like, will I forget to look. I don't know. Once I get into the habit of always looking online for these, I could scan them in and keep them. So, Denise, you put all idea printouts in one tote to be sorted. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I have a huge stack of stuff that I've sorted into piles, like this pile, you know, of all the different, you know, workshops in a pile. And I like them all. I want to keep them, but what do you do from there? So, throwing away the printed idea sheets after scrapping. Some of the things I have been doing, which is a little weird and new, is like if I see someone online that has a really great card, and I don't necessarily want to recreate it, but I love the idea and it makes me think of a stamp set a different way, I print it on my photo printer over here, and I slip the photo in there. And what's really nice about that is that I always have it, right? I always have it. So that's kind of nice. There's a lot of really neat ideas. You know, it's kind of like, will I go to Pinterest to look? Maybe. Pinterest is dangerous because it has great ideas, but also you get lost doing that. Like you start clicking around and next thing you know, you've spent 2 hours looking at ideas instead of creating. You're keeping the books, like the catalogs. You know, that's one thing I noticed when I got Stephanie's things, was that she would tear out catalog pages and put them in with her stamp sets. And that was really a cool idea because then she didn't keep the whole catalog, but she had the ideas for that stamp set from the company. And I thought that's pretty clever. So I like that. I like that idea a lot. And I have noticed that some of the sets where I've made a card that I particularly like, I'll store a copy of that card in with the stamp set just because it makes me remember, oh yeah, that's what that stamp is for, that's what that die is for, that's a great use of that. And it gives me a jumping off point so that I'm not just staring at a stamp set, you know, going, what am I gonna do, right? So there's been tons of great ideas with this set already, all over social media. So I don't know if this one will sell out, but I definitely think it's one of the more popular ones in the catalog right now. This one is, I don't know how popular it is. I haven't seen a lot of people using it, but I can tell you that it is amazing. It's been amazing for these pages, and they're generic enough. I feel like I can use them over and over again. So this will be one I keep forever. The idea books, you know, I have old idea books, and sometimes when I go to Daisy Lane, I buy more that are secondhand if they're ones that are classics, you know. I really love the old, like, sketch type books. I thought I had one here. I think I moved it. I had one that was like sketches. Oh, there. These, I don't know who made these. Scrapbook Generation. They haven't been around for a while, have they? Are they still around? Oh, wait. They are. Look, I got them for $3. What a deal. But I love having books of sketches like this. Just a jumping off point sometimes. You know, and so it's nice to have them all together. And when they're in a book, I'm more likely to look at the book than I am loose papers everywhere. So, all right. I gotta go. It's 3:30. I need to go see my father. So have a great afternoon. I will see you Friday morning. Tomorrow is the virtual card retreat, and I have a couple people coming over. I'm so excited. And it's tomorrow and Friday, but I will go live Friday morning with a little card for you guys. It's so fun. So I will see you then. Bye-bye, everybody.